Morning, guys. Lou Maxon. I'm back from my camping trip out in the desert, and I realized some problems. First and foremost problem, I didn't have. I had a Leatherman with me. I had the original version of Leatherman. It doesn't have a saw. This is a piece of mesquite I found on the ground. Cleaned it up. Took it home. It's dried, and I'm gonna cut it off right above this knot right here, or right below that knot, and I'm going to make a handle out of it for on the back of my cable right here, my spear point. I've been wanting to make a spear point knife, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. First time ever. Let's see what happens. Let's not cut into my knee, thigh with this. On this trip that I went on, I learned a bunch of things about my equipment, about myself, about the people I was traveling with. First and foremost, about my equipment. My equipment didn't fail at all. I failed. I brought with me a GPS unit. Nothing wrong with bringing a GPS unit with you. You know, if you got one, use it. Make sure the batteries are good, because I did not, and I had dead batteries. It's cut off, it's flat. Gotta cut down through the middle of it and put the spear point in. It's gonna be pretty damn deep. We're looking more than half. Make a little mark here. You probably can't see it, but I gotta cut down that far. I wasn't expecting that, but it is what it is. That Leatherman, yeah, it failed me because I didn't look at it and realize it didn't have a saw. With that being said, it's not a tool I'm going to continue to carry. The Surge that I have in my hand right now is a great Leatherman. Problem being, it's heavy. I'm probably going to go back to a Wave. I liked the Wave. I lost it. I took it to England with me because we had my first trip to England. I brought it, or I didn't bring it, and I needed it. Then we went back to the same place, and they had done upgrades, so I didn't have that problem again. But I brought it with me because I'd rather have it and not need it than not need it, or not have it and need it. And the British TSA got that one. I lost it, but I didn't realize I had put it in my hand carry-on. And when I packed everything up, I'm like, oh, well, it's gone. And TSA found it, or the English version of TSA found it in my suitcase, hand carry-on, and they took it. Had I looked a little harder for it, I'd have found it, and then it wouldn't have been confiscated. First time ever using this particular saw blade, so that's cool. It works out real well. I'm cleaning it out a lot, but I can just keep rolling with it. My other option that I had thought of for the pocket knife for this, instead of a Wave, because they're not cheap and I already own enough multi-tools, was putting a what was it? Put a a pair of needle nose vice grips, so I get the pliers, you remove the screw and put a 1/4 20 eye bolt in where the adjustment is. Now you've got a third hand that you can lock and tie off and whatnot. So that takes care of the pliers in my pack. The next thing I was going to put in there was a Swiss Army knife. It's got a saw, it's a knife, bottle opener, everything you'd want. Then I started looking at the amount of cutting tools I carry. I had the K-bar, the spear point. I'm carrying a case multi-bladed knife. That's 2 blades on that big case knife, which is an awesome knife. I'm very happy with it. And there's nothing wrong with having an extra pocket knife around, but it comes to a point where you're like, man, I've got an awful lot of pocket knives. I'm going to hit stop here, continue cutting this, and then show you the rest of it.